was, what I'm trying to say is I grew up, hearing all about the astrology, and I don't know a whole lot about it other than what I know from specific signs that I know that's their typical traits, but everybody's, obviously there's different people, even if it's the same day, but they do have similar qualities.
Well, we're going to go over why that is tonight.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
Did you get your birth chart pulled up?
I did.
Okay, cool. Take a screenshot of it so we don't lose it. Okay?
Is that enough information?
Yep. And then I would like for you to take so you knew what time you were born?
I think so.
Okay. And then take a screenshot of that.
So when I go to moon, where do I look for the...
Okay, so you want to go to horoscopes up here at the... Oops, sorry.
Oh, horoscope, sorry.
All right, and then you want to put your birth chart information in there.
Yeah, I just moved to Colfax, actually. I used to live much closer to here, but yeah, that's not too bad.
I live in the Cardinal. It's not that far from Colfax.
Nope, that's true. That's true.
Well, I hope you ladies can see this. I have the dark version, and then I have the lighter version right here. So, oops, it went away. Let me bring it up. All right. So, this is our eclipse that we had today. Now, this is the eclipse for universal time that is still on the astro-seek.com website that I gave you. But I can show you where you can find this here in a minute. But when we had 1:33 or 1:36, I believe, Greensboro time, that is when we had the eclipse. Now, even though we couldn't see it, we definitely could feel it because it went from, it's green something, I can't remember, it's not Greenland, maybe it was Greenland. It went from there all the way over to Europe. And so wherever the eclipse is going to be over, that part of the world is going to probably have a lot of ecliptic moments. As we see in Europe, a lot of talk about the EU, right? And if it's going to fall and things like that. So this eclipse being in Leo, this is about royalty, the inner child, entertainment. So how we entertain ourselves now is probably not going to be the way that we entertain ourselves a year from now. Because of some different aspects that we are having, this is about service to others, not service to self. Service to self would be Leo. Look at me, all right? I'm very proud. What can I buy? Worship me. Give me all these compliments. Center of attention. Now, that doesn't mean that every Leo is like that, because Leo is the party starter. When they come into the room, the party starts. That's just that they rule the kid. So a lot of people, we're born into this planet. We have terrible things that happen to us, and we are supposed to heal from that. But if the inner child never heals from that, that's when Leo can kind of show up as some of these darker expressions. Every sign has its good qualities. Every sign has its adverse qualities that it needs to work on. So some of the things that I said earlier about needing to be the center of attention and to walk into the room and being very loud and boisterous, those are some adverse aspects. Whereas some better aspects would be using your creativity in order to dance, using your creativity in order to draw, doing stuff with the inner child, like what is fun to you that doesn't cost money. When we think about children, yes, it's fun to have the birthday party and get the big gift, but when we get older, we don't really think about that. We think about spending time with somebody. We think about maybe when we went on an experience with somebody. We think about just in a moment in time that we go back to, right? And so these are some of the themes that are going to be highlighted. Now, what I want to point out to you, if you look real close, and I'm going to go around with this, you can kind of see that, I don't know if you want to come over here, Kathy, or not. Okay. So we do have two kites right here. And we also have this trine. Now, when we have these blue lines in a chart, these are positive aspects. When we have the red line, these are aspects that are adverse, things that we need to work on. So we can see right here in the sign of Leo, we've got a lot going on. We've got, this is supposed to be this is why I don't like that chart. We can see we have Mercury, we have Jupiter, and both of these planets right here are communicating together. There is a 4-degree orb. Whenever there is a 5-degree orb or less, that means that there is going to be a significant influence of that planetary alignment. Okay, that's what we call a conjunction. You can also see the conjunction here of the moon and the sun. The sun was eclipsed by the moon. So if we think about Leo, every sign is ruled by a different planetary thing in the sky. Leo is ruled by the sun. They're very sunny. We think about when is the height of summer, Leo, and that's when most people are going on vacations and having fun. That's what Leo is supposed to be doing during this time, is having fun, but not at other people's expense. What makes you happy? Is it drawing? Is it, I haven't done this in a while because I've been so busy taking care of somebody else? Okay. We have the South Node, which controls the eclipses. The South Node, wherever that is in, these are things that it is clearing out. The North Node is going to be in the opposite direction, and that is going to be in Aquarius. So opposites attract. If you feel like there's too much Leo going on, there's too much woo, okay, tapping into the other parts of Aquarius could help you out. Aquarius is the future, technology, astrology, things that are out in outer space. So a good astrological remedy, if you're feeling kind of woo, is to maybe look up at the stars. Tonight we are having a meteor shower. It's the, I want to say Palladians, but it's not that. It's PLA, I think CIED, I can't pronounce it. I have to look at the word. And you should be able to see that tonight. So if you are able, and we don't have any clouds in the sky, try to see if you can see that, because you could be inundated with some of those frequencies as you're watching them. It's not just feeling it as you're sleeping, but actually witnessing it. And think about how we were as a little kid, looking up at the stars, wondering about space, camping and things like that, how big the world seemed when we were out in nature. Because we have every single planet right now in a fire and air sign, there's nothing in water and earth. So we need to balance that energy out. So if we look here, we've got Mercury in Leo, that's fire. Jupiter is going to be in Leo for the next year. It's amplifying all things that are Leo-esque. So if people are sitting high on their throne and worship me, those people are going to end up having a fall from grace, because the South Node is closing that out. The North Node is in Aquarius, which is about service to humanity, we the people, not we the government, or like why are you making those choices? Is it service to self, and I'm buying this to make me look better than you, or I'm talking down to people? Okay, those energies are going to be pushed out of the way. We do have Venus, who at the time of this eclipse is in Libra. She loves to be in Libra. Venus is ruled by Taurus and Libra. So anytime she goes back into one of these signs, it means she's happy. All right. And so when Venus is in Libra, Libra is about the other. Where have we given our power away to the other? The other could be, I'm taking care of a child and now they're about to graduate, or I'm taking care of an elderly parent, or the other could be a job that I don't like and I'm giving to that, or it could be a habit that I'm not in balance with, because Libra is about being in balance. Where are you not in balance? Now's a good time to maybe not be starting these new things, okay? Because eclipses are eclipsing things out. It's time to eclipse things in, but we have to kind of clear out the clutter first. This would be a great time because this is balance, and when Venus is one of her home signs of Libra or Taurus, this is a good time to be feng shuiing the home. If you don't know how to do that, we can talk a little bit about that at the end if you are interested. But one of the astrological things that I did the other day is we're just going to say some ecliptic moments that I was not prepared for, okay? And the reason is that the dispositor of this eclipse is Uranus. The dispositor means, okay, what is the ruler of Aquarius and where is that ruler now? So the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, and he is in a fellow air sign like Aquarius in the sign of Gemini, and he's going to be there for the next 8 years. The last 8 years, we have had a lot of disruption to our routines, our ways of being, jobs, how we look, dress, the relationships, everything has changed because this planet that is about shocks and surprises, okay, for the last 8 years gave us big shocks and surprises. What happened in 2020?
Yeah.
If you are thinking, and I'm not saying anybody in this room is like that, but we all know people in our lives that are like, I just want to go back to the way things were. They're not going back, okay? And if you keep holding on to that old Leo story, because Leo is fixed energy, it doesn't want to move, okay? And if you don't move with this Uranian energy, what's going to happen is you're going to have even more shocks and surprises until you end up making a different choice, okay? And with Uranus being in the sign of Gemini, that is communication, thinking, speaking, our community. You could be finding, once you step away from some of these things that we subscribe to, your new community is coming in. You might find a new person online that you like, that you resonate with, and you might want to go on a short distance travel trip with them or talk to them more on the phone. So this is doing a trine to Mercury in an exact aspect right now, and Mercury is controlled by Gemini. And so this whole experience is cleaning out. If you don't feel confident in communicating online, doing that thing, do it anyway. Do it anyway. If you feel like, I don't know if I should try this new roller skating thing, I'm afraid I'm going to get hurt. Go do it anyway. You never know. You could end up finding a relationship during that time that could be positive and supportive to you. We have Pluto, which is in the sign of Aquarius, and he's going to be there for 20 years. So this eclipse is kicking off the next 20 years. So the next 20 years is going to be innovations coming in, new ways of using technology. We may not be using Facebook anymore. We may not be using Instagram anymore. We may be using other things. And with Venus being in Libra, this is about being with other people. If Venus was in another sign that was about detachment, right, and being online, then that's what we would do. But it is not. It is in Libra, which is having opportunities to speak whatever we want with someone else. Not being in community online, but being together with people and trying to bring back that cohesiveness that we had before 2020, and we had to separate. We had to separate so we could find out who we truly are. Because a lot of us were living lives that we didn't need to live. right? We were with relationships that we didn't need to be in, that were siphoning our energy. We also have Neptune in Aries, and Neptune is about dreams and sleep and things coming to an end. So things could be coming to an end in our bodies, because Aries is the body. Aries is the self. This is allowing you to see things that are more clear, okay? And Saturn is also in Aries, and he's going to be here for 3 years. Neptune's going to be there for 14 years. And so Saturn is big granddaddy Saturn. Anybody that is 30 years old is going through what we call a Saturn return. Anybody who is 60 years old is going through their second Saturn return. And Saturn likes to throw little red flags, throw 3 red flags, throw a whole bunch of red flags until you get the lesson. But this planet here, Pluto, he's just, you're done. All right. And so a lot of these people, okay.
Yeah.
But the reason that it's happening is because these people that were supposed to be in your future, because Aquarius is the future, don't align with who you are anymore. And so you could be getting all these, well, let me just give it one more chance, or let me just give a little bit more to this job, or let me not poo-poo on that right there. I'm only going to be thinking about love and light. When actuality, we need to be thinking about, maybe is there something in our inner child that maybe is wounded, and maybe the decisions that we are making for our future could be affected by that. So healing the inner child, reaching out to somebody, maybe doing talk therapy, okay, talking to a friend, talking to a counselor, or maybe you find somebody online that has a course that maybe you want to take about astrology. I love astrology. It has helped me realize that I'm not as cool as I thought that I was. And it has allowed me to see deeper parts of my childhood, things that I held on to that have caused me to show up in the world the way that I have. And the relationships that I attracted, the habits that I had, the job that I had. Right? Why did I have that job? Why did I feel like I had to be the performer? Leo is the performer. Let me put on this mask and be the person that I've created for you, so that you think that this is who I am, but behind closed doors, you might be somebody else. Those types of situations and experiences, those people are going to have a big wake-up call from Pluto, the transformer. Okay? So we do have Chiron that just moved into Taurus, and he's on retrograde. He's going to go back into Aries for a little while, and then he's going to go back into Taurus, I believe, at the beginning of the year. Wherever this planet is, this looks like a little key. This is the key to our wounds. This is the wounded healer. Anybody that is 50 years old or is approaching 50 is getting ready to have their Chiron return. And if you... But it's looking at the wounds of ourself, all right? And what wounds do we have that cause us to be a certain way? And for me, sharing astrology and being this weird person in my family has given me a lot of slack, to where, I've had people in my family make comments on YouTube on my videos and talking about how I'm, going to go to the bad place. And I'm like, well, who put the stars up there? And how did the wise man find Jesus? And so I feel like, am I worshiping that? No. I appreciate Mother Nature. I appreciate the signs and synchronicities that are all around us, okay? And worshiping God can come in many different forms, because we all have different gifts and abilities. And one of the gifts that I have is being able to understand this information so I can help other people. So there are a lot of good aspects to this. I know we can't see it that much in this chart. That's why I wanted to show it to you in this one. Did it do that again? It did. Calendar. so we can see this one a little bit better. Look at all those blue lines. And even though eclipses, okay, can be a little bit ecliptic, meaning I wasn't expecting this person to dump me. If we are in relationships right now that are kind of iffy, they are not going to make it over the next year, whatever that is. And it could be even a relationship that you have with a habit, not using time wisely. What am I doing with my free time? Am I scrolling on social media? Am I drinking alcohol? Am I trying to get attention, for something to make myself feel better? Because the inner self is what we need to be working on, inner child. And once we heal that part over this next year, then the new relationships are going to be coming in. So we've got a nice trine here this is a nice air trine. Air is about thinking, speaking, and communicating. So that's what we need to be doing. How am I communicating in the community? Am I pretending to be somebody that I'm not? Or am I being my authentic self? You are being pushed to be more of your authentic self. And you do have Jupiter, who just is across the street from Jupiter? Pluto, which is across the street from Jupiter. And that happened not too long ago. And they're going to, I think, be going back and forth over each other for a while. And when this happens, it's just causing you to have more tension points to let go of what doesn't serve. We want to expand the good Leo. We want to let go of the old Leo. And another aspect that we are going to be having between two slower planets is between Pluto and also Uranus. I believe that there's 5 different aspects that they're going to be having. And our outer planets move so slow that when they communicate together, it's a big deal because they are so far away and they control more of the collective. The smaller planets that are closest to us control more of our personality. So this is why you said, well, some people that are this sign, they can act different. And that could mean because, maybe their moon sign is in a different sign because the moon takes 28 days to go around. It could mean, what's going on with some of these planets? They could be given some adverse aspects. What time a person is born dictates what this is, the rising sign. Okay, so the rising sign is the character that you play, and that's how people see you. Even though I'm an Aries sun, I'm a Leo rising. People see me as this Leo. Oh, she's brave. She can be in front of the camera. She can teach these classes and all. She's very creative. Yeah, but I got bad Leo aspects too, let me get attention by doing this thing or this thing. I'm not saying I'm like that anymore, but I was like that before I knew this is what I needed to be doing if I wanted to be showing the best aspects of Leo. So right now, let's look at your chart. This eclipse is happening at 20 degrees of Leo. So we want to find 20 degrees of Leo. When we look at our chart, okay, all these little segments right here are in 30 degrees. All of these arcs. The first degree is 0 and it goes all the way to 29. We don't have 30. All right. So find where 20 degrees of Leo is in your chart.
Each segment or no?
Yeah. So let's pull this up. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20. So yours would be right there.
Right here.
Okay. Yeah. So yours is in the 7th house, the 7th house of relationships, of balance, the justice. It would be a good time for you to think about, how do I have balance? Am I giving too much to myself and not enough to this? Or am I giving too much to this habit? How do you have fun? Why do you exercise the way that you do? Is it because this is fun for me? Or is it because this is something that I've always done?
So the 7th house has to do with balance?
Balance,
Okay.
relationships. And I'll get with you ladies in just a second.
And this
So
is the master one.
that's the master one, yep. So yours is where you need to be focusing on. So yours is balance, relationships, aesthetics, justice, beauty. It could be a good time for you to say, you know what, I want a makeover. I want to start doing my hair different. I want to start dressing different. I want to, but I'm serious. But this energy lasts for a whole year. It's not just like, ooh, I got to do this eclipse thing
And
today.
it's because of today?
Yep. So this is the theme for the next year. And it could also be relationships leaving so new relationships can come in. Libra is also the other. One-on-one relationships. How are you with your relationships? You know,
So this, the seventh sign,
the seventh house
the
is
seventh house, is that Libra?
that's Libra's house, but Leo is where you have your relationships. So the people that you attract are going to be Leo like and Cancer like. And probably a little Virgo. The main people that you would like to attract maybe would be Leo because they help you learn how to have fun.
She doesn't need help with that.
She doesn't need help. She doesn't need help with having fun.
No.
Not normally.
We call her Live It Up Live.
I love it then.
Normally.
Well, so this, you know what time you were born, or was this a guess?
So, no, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. This makes me happy, and the reason it does is because do you see how these lines are within this arc? This is what we call a repression. And a repression is on one side of the chart and it's equally on the other side of the chart. So you have a repressed Aquarius and you have a repressed Leo, which means that another sign is going to be doubled in your chart. And for you to be, I'm the person that everybody thinks is the fun person, right? That's good because that has, usually when someone has a repressed chart, it takes them a long time to find that within themselves. And so, and it could mean that it has taken you a long time to maybe do the weird and unusual thing. At least that's what it's showing in your chart without looking at too many of the other aspects to it. But the more you show up as this is who I am, that is good. Because that's not only going to bring you the energies that you are wanting into your life, but it inspires other people to do the same. And you may not even know that person, right? But it's almost like you throw in a rock into a pond and you see how it ripples out. You could pass somebody on the street and that vibration that you give out, right? It's infectious. No. But you know, think about like when we do vibrate, like why when I act like this or when I dress like this or when I speak like this, what am I trying to get from that, you know, experience? Is it because I'm having fun or is it because I'm having to perform, you know?
Right.
And that's not really who I am, right? Authenticity and integrity in relationships, right? That is going to be your theme that is highlighting for you. And it is also in your identity as well, because this Pluto is right over your Mars, and Mars is the body and taking action, right? And doing things in a weird and unusual way. That's what Aquarius is. Weird and unusual, and when you dress like this, you look fun, right? Like keep doing that. When Kathy dresses like that, that's fun. That inspires other people to be fun, right?
Like, what's your sign? Like, what's your...
I'm on the cusp of Aries and Taurus.
Okay.
Probably why I'm so weird.
No, let's see real quick where your sun is. So you are a 14-degree Aries. So that means that you were born right in the middle of Aries season. So you are a real true Aries, and Venus is also conjunct your sun, which means that I love me. Aries is the me, okay? And your Chiron, you just got finished with your Chiron return. You don't have to worry about that anymore, all right? Chiron is an Aries, which is not standing up for yourself and having a wound around doing that. You also have your moon there. So you got your moon and your sun there. So you're a double Aries. And that is also at an Aries degree. Things that make you, our moon is how we feel. I feel good when I'm independent. I feel good when I do things alone. You need a lot of alone time to repair sometimes from some energies that you might pick up from people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
Double Aries.
Really?
She's all fire.
When's her birthday?
April 7th.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know I don't know how to read this, so. This is Leo, right?
That is Leo,
Yeah.
and so 20 degrees would be right there. And so yours is going to be in the 8th house. So the 8th house is about transformation. It's the Scorpio house. Okay, so Scorpio rules mysticism, the dark side of life, what's hidden behind the scenes, the occult. The occult is not bad, it just means hidden information. So this is a great time for you this year to be looking at ways that you can maybe do some healing work maybe around Leo and having fun. Connecting with others. How are you going to merge with others? That's what Scorpio does, the 8th house. It's also like the sex house too. So the taboo. Things that are taboo is what, Madison talks about, right? Going deeper into that. Maybe this is a time for you to maybe be looking at some different ways to incorporate those practices into your life for healing. I'm going to look at your birth chart real quick.
When's your birthday?
January 2nd. Yeah.
Where Mercury is, you probably need to be paying attention because Mercury is right here on your ascendant. So when we have a planet or point in one of these big lines right here or within a certain part of our chart, I can go into all the lists, but that means that this planet here, when Mercury goes into retrograde, you probably need to pay attention.
Is that Mercury?
That is Mercury.
So it's right near the red line?
It's right near the red line.
Yeah, I feel it. I know that.
We have one more coming up. Okay, that one is not going to be very fun for you. Go hide in your house. No, I'm just picking.
When did that happen?
So you are having this Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio, and it's going to be hitting your friendships. Okay, so you could maybe be seeing like a realizations and clarity around the friendships that you have, and also around how you serve others. And so if we are not using our gifts and our talents to be of service to others, it's not good. It's almost like you're telling God, well, I'm going to do it my way. And it's not easy to tap into those. But this is when you have Leo in the 8th house. I love Leo in the 8th house. If I were to have any sign in the 8th house, it would be Leo, because it's the fun. Okay. And you want to think about inner child healing over the next year.
Okay.
All right. So maybe doing meditations around that, maybe tapping into something that you did when you were younger, or maybe an emotional release like crying a lot. This whole year, whenever the retrogrades, they've been in water signs, and water is crying, ocean, the water, being around the water. Being around the water can help you cry if you don't cry. Aries, we don't cry in front of people. No, well, I don't. I try not to.
Sometimes I do.
Well, I'm getting
That's my
better.
Taurus part
I
of
cry
me.
all the time.
What do you have in Taurus?
Well, no, I don't know. I was just born on the cusp of Taurus and Aries. I don't know if that has anything to do with me, but like.
So 14 degrees is the middle of Aries. 29 degrees is like 2 weeks later. So that's not on the cusp of Taurus. If you were born like April 20th, that's the cusp of
That's how I was
Taurus.
born.
You were born on April
Yeah.
20th?
Yeah,
Then why do you have a 14 degree?
I don't know.
Is the time right? Is the April 4th?
Oh no, that's wrong.
Let's start over.
My glasses, I guess.
Here.
Oh my god.
I was like,
These are
I'm
little
sorry.
readers.
it's okay. We might have to do this again, Liv.
Sorry. My bad.
You know, that Mercury in retrograde that I dealt with.
Have it there?
I
She
had the 4th. I don't know why it chose the 4th. I thought
A 4 and a 9, they look the same.
Well, no, I guess because I was doing the date like maybe 4/20.
We make sure I get that
Mm-hmm.
right then too.
My bad. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
No problem.
burst my own bubble.
The good news is, okay, because you had the South Node going over Saturn, and then he went over Mars, which these two are malefic planets, and then it went over to Jupiter, and so it was just like, I can't take any more. And then it went over that. So you're free and clear. You don't have to worry about this anymore. This was basically your belief system and spirituality, connecting to higher consciousness. Those were all themes for you so that you could step into this. Now that I know this information of spirituality, now that I have this connection with another person, then I'm going to be able to transform even more, because this is merging with somebody else. Merging in order to uncover the hidden truths maybe in our past that we need to deal with, so that we can have another relationship that's going to be more serving to us. And you will notice that more of these people are going to be coming in that make you feel more at home, that give you the nurturing that you need. But we have to nurture ourselves first, because if we don't, and we're like always searching for somebody else to save, and their issue is worse than our own, that's not going to help. What else? Yeah.
That part is finished.
You do have the ability to learn astrology pretty well.
Yeah.
I would, just try to look at the symbols and study what the symbols mean. Be able to know what all these symbols mean first, okay? And then, just look up. You can look up astrology charts, and it says house 1 equals this, house 2 equals that. Start there. I'll be more than happy to tell you who I used in order to teach me astrology. I've been studying for about 3.5 years.
Yeah. Are those the signs around?
These are the signs around.
Okay.
And then these are the different houses, and so each house represents something else.
Yeah.
And so the houses never move. It's if you look at the chart, this is how it moves. The houses stay the same. It goes like this, okay? The stars, all right, or the zodiacs, and the planets go this way. All right, so it's almost like the zodiacs go this way and the planets go this way, because this is 1 degree, right? And the planets go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going to the next sign, right? So again, the constellations move like this, and the planets move like that, counterclockwise. The only one that moves with the zodiacs is the nodes. The nodes control the eclipses. It's a fictitious point. All right, it looks like this upside down U and the upside and the regular U. All right, so let's see what this is now.
Because you're looking for your Taurus.
You have according to this, you are a Taurus at 0 degrees.
Now I need to make new notes.
It's okay. April 20th, that's
Want a new
you.
sheet? Here.
Yeah.
You can have my sheet.
Zero nodes. Zero nodes? What does that mean?
So 0,
You're not gonna make notes? No.
so you are a 0-degree Taurus, and you have Venus, which is what two signs rule Venus?
Leo and Uranus? No. Leo and what's the other one? It was Leo, right?
Libra.
Libra.
Libra is ruled by Venus. Taurus is ruled by Venus.
Oh.
So Taurus loves to have Venus in her sign. Okay. So when I see Venus in Taurus like that, it means I love the pleasures of life. I love to feel good in my body. I love to feel good in my body. I love to drink. I love to eat. I love to party. I love to be comfortable. I love the pleasure. This feels good. This makes me happy because I bought this. You know, you want to have, that's
Sounds more like me. I don't know if that really is me. The 4th of April, I was like,
I know you were kind of like that.
well, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we had an issue there.
that's not normally what you're like.
And so Venus is really close to the sun. So you are getting, the sun is expanding Venus, okay, and making you love that even more, okay? You also have Jupiter and Mars right here on your ascendant. And so that means that we need, wherever Jupiter goes, we need to pay attention. Right now it's in Leo. Okay, so we need to be paying attention to that. What is it expanding? Leo. You remember what I just talked about at the beginning? Fun, okay? And being ourselves. It could also be expanding, let me look at this real quick. Let me see where you have Leo. It's expanding your friends right now and your routines. What are you doing in your routine to have fun? More fun. But are we balanced in our fun? Right? Or are we having too much fun? And then we're like, oh, now my credit card's like $8,000. You know, but that's an arbitrary thing. Mars, wherever that goes, we need to pay attention. Mars rules Aries. Mars likes to be in the first house. Do you get up early in the morning?
Only because I have to.
Okay. What do you do in the morning?
Work out usually.
Okay, good. That's what you need to do. Because that is the body, and Mars, the body planet, is in the house of the body. What do you do for working out?
Well, either jog or the gym, classes.
Okay.
You know,
Anything,
dance.
anything to do with working out, period. That is how you start your day. That's a good astrological remedy.
Well, that's good.
Okay. Dancing would be fun, and anything weird, you know, for but you could be like, I don't have a routine, I just go to the gym, and this day I feel like lifting weights. Woo!
She's like, you are a weirdo.
That's why y'all are friends, right? That's why y'all are friends.
We do. We hear it.
I can't wait to hear yours.
Where this
all
little
about you
key
guys
is right there.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be going over your 5th house, which Leo controls. All right, so this is about bringing more fun into our lives and doing things from integrity and saying, well, I want to do this because this makes me feel good. Okay, and not doing things for other people. You got a nice trine here between the earth signs.
And yeah, I have a lot of earth in my chart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
A lot of earth in my chart.
Oh.
Mine's still
I'm
in the
very
7th house.
Oh, okay.
Leo is still in the 7th house because that is, I'm sorry, it's in the routine. Wait a minute. Yep, it's in the 7th house still.
I thought
And you
so.
don't have a repressed chart. Wait a minute, you might, because Virgo looks like it's repressed.
What does that mean again?
When we have aspects in our chart that are repressed, that means that it takes a long time for us to get into that. Virgo is health habits, organization, being behind the scenes. If it has taken you a long time to maybe make up your mind about things, okay, that's an aspect of having a chart repressed. And you could possibly do that getting more organized when we spend time alone. And you can figure things out, because you could have a tendency to be a little bit overwhelmed in your mind. The exercise in the morning kind of helps ground your energy and gets that excitement out, so you can be more focused during the day. Yeah. Let me see one more thing with your chart. Your moon is in Cancer, and it loves to be in Cancer. Okay, so whenever we have eclipses, whenever we have new moons and full moons, you are going to feel that more than other people, because the moon is in Cancer at a Cancerian degree, 14 degrees. I'm sorry, that's a Taurus degree. So you feel the moon more than other people. So this North Node is going over Aquarius in your second house of what I value. And I would say maybe about 6 months from now, you're going to have that North Node over your Venus. And so it's going to be really important 6 months from now for you to be implementing your new routine and things that I value for the future, things that you love. It's going to be even more heightened for you in about 6 months. Doing things that you love. And like I said, it could be weird and unusual. Look, loving astrology. You know, and Aquarius is astrology. Aquarius is UFOs, space. Maybe the age of Aquarius. We are on the age of Aquarius, so we are on the cusp of it. So there's a lot of speculation that we are in the age of Aquarius, which started in the 60s, okay, because of some astrological things I'm not going to go into. And then other people think that once Pluto went into Aquarius, that's when it's going to be. But we apparently, according to old times, when we see the sun come up over the horizon in the springtime, when we see the sun in Aquarius, we know that is when it is going to be the age of Aquarius. And right now, it's still in Aries when it comes up over. So now I'm waiting on Kathy to come back with her chart so I can talk with you a little bit more about yours.
Anything else? Yeah. Anything else interesting?
It's easy for you to be organized and take action, okay? But don't get so caught up in it has to look this way. Just go for it, because sometimes when we get too caught up in the way something look, then we get caught into the not moving forward.
Yes.
Because we're too busy thinking about, well, it needs to look like this and I forgot this. Just post the damn thing, and who cares if it has a misspelling in it, okay? So, but even tarot cards or communicating with like extraterrestrials or something, like there's
I do oracle cards. I started a little bit with tarot. It's just a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn on that.
It overwhelmed me a little bit because I couldn't just understand it. So the oracle cards, I just kind of understand them. I can connect with them better.
Well, it takes a long time to learn the tarot cards. I have a deck called the Learning Tarot.
I bought that.
And it has the symbols, it has the sign, it has the elements, and what I like about it is when it's turned upside down, it'll say what it means upside down.
Oh.
And then you turn it this way and it's like, this is what the card means. And then you turn it this way and it's more information. It's called the Learning Tarot. And
I bought a learning deck, but it's just the book has all that stuff in it. It's not on each card.
Yeah, this is on each card, and that's what I needed.
I would need.
And it makes a lot more sense to me, because then I can match it to stuff that's going on in my chart as well.
It frustrates me because I have to.
Yeah.
And then I have to look that up. And the other cards just make sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, like I said, you have the ability to learn astrology. Your chart shows that with Uranus in its home sign on the 11th house, and it's in Scorpio, which is the dark side of life. And then you also have Neptune here.
Black sheep of the
Me too, honey. And then you have Neptune in Sagittarius. So Neptune is mystical and creative and not seeing things clearly, or off into the spiritual world, and you like to do this for fun, and that's in Sagittarius. So, yeah. Are you ready, Kathy, for me to look at yours?
Yeah, I just don't have my
Your actual time of birth?
actual time of birth. My mom's probably swimming or something.
Okay. Well, we can kind of guesstimate a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
You know if you were born in the middle of the day or
I
night?
put 2 a.m. because I think it was 2 a.m., but I'm not really sure. I know she had to leave a wedding. It was a big deal. It was her brother's wedding. She missed her brother's wedding
For you.
So this is why we like to dance. You have Jupiter, which expands whatever it's in, and it's in Aries, which is the body. Okay? And you have that at 17 degrees, which is the Leo degree in the house of Leo. I like to dance and move my body for fun.
Is that,
And that's
which
my
house is
birthday.
that?
17.
The 5th house, she has that. So,
Oh, you're Capricorn.
let's see, you,
I knew that. I knew that when I met you. She's a Capricorn.
She's Capricorn. Of
Yeah.
course.
I will say that this Jupiter is going to be trining, so regardless of where you are born, I would say maybe the beginning of next year is probably going to be more opportunities for you to dance and have fun and be more creative.
Awesome.
Okay?
You've done a good job of that this year.
No, but it's going to be even more.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I
even
can see
more.
why she's saying that though, because
Yeah.
Because you've got what I love, all right, and that is trining Jupiter, which
Where
is
is that?
dance and creative. This is in the house
What
of
is
Leo.
trining?
Trining is good aspects. That's the blue
Okay,
aspect.
okay.
I'm sorry. So trines are positive. Sextiles, this is a sextile, that small blue line. Oppositions are the long blue lines. And conjunctions, that is a conjunction because that's within a 5-degree orb. And that's the moon and Saturn.
Oh, okay. Those 2 at the end.
And so you are very stable in your emotions. Well,
Congratulations.
what I mean, you might appear to the world to be stable in your emotions, but it could be emotions are behind the
You
scene.
have a calm voice.
I
And,
do have a calm.
yeah.
But that moon, you have your moon. You had your moon in, yeah. So whenever you have a moon in Cancer,
Oh, you do too?
that means that you are probably going to be more amplified by new moons, full moons, and eclipses
Oh, wow. Okay.
because you have a moon in her home sign.
Oh, okay.
And my moon is in.
Your moon is in Sagittarius, which is the party sign.
Which is Sagittarius?
Sagittarius is the arrow.
Oh.
And you have that up at the top of your chart. So as I was saying, another aspect where the moon is, it's at one of these dark lines right there. So you are highly affected by the new moon and the full moon and eclipses. All 3 of you are. Because of you have your moon in Cancer and because your moon is at the top of your chart. My moon is at the top of my chart too. All right. And it could be a good time during that time to want to be free. Just be free. I want to be free and move my body. I want to be free and go over here and do this thing. I want to be free and eat this whole chocolate cake, like whatever. I just want to be free.
She's right about all those.
I just want to be free. So I do want to show you one more thing on this website, which I think is kind of cool. So you can see where we're going to be having more eclipses and also your moons. So up here at the top, all right, you will see something that says moon calendar. All right, so we'll click on the moon calendar. And when you do that, it'll show you what exactly is going on with the moon. All right, and you can scroll down like this and it'll tell you where the moon is going to be in each astrological sign for the month. Okay? astroseek.com.
That's funny.
Just hit Astro, just hit that. And then you'll hit moon.
Okay. Now, what was the other thing that you wanted us to screenshot? Was it
The thing at the bottom, at the very, very bottom, because that kind of
I
showed,
did that again.
Yeah.
I screwed up. I'm sorry.
but this shows you where all the moons are. So you just keep going like that and it'll show you where the moon is going to be in each house. All right. And so for this particular month in August, it's going to be in the sign of Sagittarius on August 20th, 21, and 22nd. So the moon moves very fast. It spends 2 to 3 days in each sign.
Now, what has this got to do with our
I'm looking at.
body parts?
Okay. So what I would like for you to do whenever there is going to be a new moon or a full moon, you are highly affected. Pay attention to that because this full moon that we are having is going to be in Pisces. The solar eclipse they're having is going to be in Leo. So I know we are talking about just the Leo aspects, but let's just talk real quickly about the Pisces one, okay? So the one in Pisces we are going to be having, I believe, is going to be on the 28th.
Yeah.
So on this, all I did was I hit moon, and when I did, I can come down here and I can see where the full moon is going to be and where the new moon is going to be. All you need to be paying attention to this because it's important for you to know, okay, well, the next one is going to be over here in Pisces. And whenever we have a Pisces eclipse, whenever we have a lunar eclipse, it has an orb of influence of 6 months. A solar eclipse has an orbit influence for 1 year. Now look at these red lines. What do we say about red lines? They are adverse aspects.
Is that on yours or the main one?
This is the main one, all right? So this is the eclipse because we have anytime we have eclipse, they come in pairs, 2 weeks apart. We have a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse, a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. And so right now we are in what we call Eclipse City, all right, or the eclipse portal. Because we have that one eclipse, then we have 2 weeks, we're still in that portal, and then we have another one. A lot of people can die during the eclipses, all right? Or there could be breakups or ecliptic type moments, you lose a
I
job.
take an aspirin because I had felt something weird in my leg. I'm like, okay, they have aspirin.
You're so silly.
Get some blood circulation better.
Gotta get that taken care of.
But this one, all right, is an air, what is it? Not air.
Aries?
No, Uranus, which is about quick and sudden changes in communication in our community, is having an adverse aspect to our routines. All right, so there's going to be some shakeups to your routines. Shakeups to your routines could be a pet died. Well, that orb of influence lasts for 6 months.
Oh.
And we can be feeling these energies 2 weeks before. 2 weeks before an eclipse, we start seeing the story that's going to come for the next year. I'm going through it to where I'm like, I did not expect this story to end this way. So I'm going to be over here and guarding myself while this story unfolds. I'm not going to be a part of that. Okay. I thought it was going to go. So I saw the story unfold and I see what's happening, right? And with these aspects, especially for Leo, sun, moon, and risings, you can have a fall from grace or you can have a comeback story.
I hope it's the comeback.
Well, this is mainly for like people with Leo placements and Aquarius, okay? But if you're feeling called for that, this is the comeback story, then make it that, right? Because you have your Chiron in Aries, that doesn't change. The only thing that changed was your sun sign, maybe your Mercury and your moon, that was it. So you've already been through your Chiron return because that was in Aries. Where's your picture?
That was this one. This one.
Yeah, so you already went through that already. So this was a letting go of an old self, and this is who I am now.
When did I do that?
Probably the last 8 years.
Okay.
I mean, but it wasn't just like a month. Okay, yeah, this was an energy that lasted for 8 years. Chiron, the wounded planet or healer, spends its longest time in Aries. It spends its least amount of time in Libra. Libra is the other, the self. We don't need to heal other people's stuff. We need to heal ourselves. That's why we came here. That's why Chiron spends its longest time in Aries.
And that's 8 years?
8 years. And you don't have to worry about it again unless you're 100.
Oh.
You know, when you're 100, you're going to be having your second Chiron return.
We hope so.
So, yeah. Some planets will never have another return.
Yeah.
You know, because Pluto takes 234 years to go around. Neptune, I think 114. Uranus, 84. You could have a Uranus. A lot of people, when Uranus goes back to where it was, they end up leaving. That's 84 years. Yeah.
So my grandmother died. She's 84.
A lot of people leave around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Uranus is about shocks and surprises. Surprise! Didn't know you were going to pass away today. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I did, but you know, I was listening to my astrology teacher today, and she says, you know, death, we look at death as like, oh, this bad thing, when in actuality it's a celebration, because there's nothing that we can do to stop the inevitable. We're all going to die, right? There's nothing that we can do that's going to make us last a little bit longer here. We can enjoy ourselves a little bit more while we're here, right? Like live. I came here to party. I got my sun in Taurus. I got my Venus in Taurus. I got my moon in Sagittarius. I came to party.
Like to eat and drink.
I feel like that's wild how she did that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the second you're like, that's right.
It's like, that's more like it.
Because you were kind of like, that first time you're like,
When you, but let's look at that the Pisces one. So this Pisces, let's try to see where we're going to be finding this. So it is this symbol.
This is still the main one.
This is
right?
still the main one. All right. So I want you to find 4 degrees of Pisces. This is the eclipse that we're having in 2 weeks after this one.
on
All right.
our chart.
On your chart. Yep.
Oh.
4 degrees of Pisces. It's this little symbol right here.
That looks kind of weird. This
It's
one.
like an H.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. H with a line through it.
This is that.
4 degrees.
You got it. And that's it right there.
Oh.
All right. So this next one that we are having is going to affect you and what you value.
Okay.
So what do you value, Taurus? This is happening in not the Taurus, I'm sorry, what you value. This is your identity. I would say spending time alone and maybe connecting with your spiritual side, making time for that. Because if we're too much in the physical world, Taurus, okay, then we are going to not be emotionally well. We're not going to be mentally well. We're not going to be spiritually well. So why are we doing the things that we do? Ask yourself, you know.
You got something over here?
Yeah,
You,
got something over here. So this is. Right?
you're having it in your 3rd house.
Oh, this is it. Okay.
I mean, it's right at, oh, I'm sorry, yours is right here at 4 degrees because this is 4 degrees. So it's right on the cusp.
Yeah.
So this is affecting your thinking. You could be, spirituality is what Pisces is. And you have it in 3rd house of communication to my spirit, communication to the spirit, my spirit, doing something creative. As you're doing this creative project, maybe that's when you get your download.
What's the first house mean? Is that the first
That's your
house?
body. That's
Okay.
your identity. So calming down the fire a little bit. Maybe taking baths, going on trips to where we're in the water to calm the fire a little bit. And there could be letting go of an old, this is your identity. What did I say? It's your identity and how you're showing up in relationships. Right? Are we showing up in relationships in an old version of ourselves that we don't need to be anymore? Are we showing up as that new, unique version of ourselves?
You said the 3rd house is of thinking.
Yours is thinking, speaking, communication. It's the busy house. Cars. Be very careful when you drive.
Okay.
All right. Just go slow. If you're this is one of these people that's always late for work and you're speeding to work, let's go a little slower. Let's wake up a little sooner if you can do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is you or her?
Her.
This is you, Liv.
Every day.
Going fast. She likes to live life in the fast lane, man. She got that moon
Never
and
have a heavy foot.
how many tickets have you had? Well, we can say the ones that we didn't stick, right? So have you been pulled over more than in double digits? You got double digits?
No,
Oh, real?
Okay.
No.
Then I got you beat.
Really?
14 tickets.
How many?
Wow.
14.
Yeah, 14 speeding
Dang.
tickets.
Speeding, seatbelt tickets, running stop signs,
Oh,
Oh my God. What's
stoplights,
your birthday?
April 9th.
Oh, Aries.
Aries and the lead foot.
Figure yours out.
Did we hear back from Mom yet, Kathy?
I didn't hear back from her. She's probably still swimming.
She thinks it was in the morning though.
I think
Okay.
it was
It's
like,
like 2 a.m. like
yeah, I
me.
think it was 2 a.m. That's what we put in.
Okay.
But we'll see if she texts back.
Well, if you want to, we can pull the cards now and then come back and maybe make some more notes. I do have more pieces of paper if you ran out. And maybe we can hear back from Mom and we can spend a little time at the end if you want to do that. Is that cool?
Be cool.
Would
Alright.
that make a difference in her, whatever that?
Her reading.
Oh, it will.
To know the time. Because I want to show you something. Let's say that I was, can I do this? No, I cannot. Let me pull up horoscopes. I'll do it this way because then you can see it. This will be easier. All right. So if I was born at 2:27, my rising sign would be a Scorpio. All right, so I'm going to just move it. Now I was born an hour later. Now I am a Sagittarius rising. All right, and then I born the next hour. I am a Capricorn. All right, and it just keeps going. Another hour. Now I'm an Aquarius. So usually every 2 hours is when the sign changes over here in the front. Okay, so this is why it's important to know when you were born because of that. And, you know, a lot of people think, oh, that doesn't mean a whole lot. Well, back in the day before we had medical doctors the way we know now, part of the Hippocratic Oath was, and to know astrology at the end. Because as you could see where we had that moon, if the moon is in Aries, and Aries controls the brain, the Aries controls the head, if somebody were to have surgery on that day, the blood is agitated in Aries whenever the moon is in Aries. So that person could possibly bleed to death. So if a doctor doesn't know that the moon is in Aries on this day that they're going to have surgery, that person could possibly have complications because the blood is agitated in the brain for everybody, not just that one person. But what if that person has their moon in Aries? And then they have the moon also in Aries on the collective that day. Like that person probably may not do well. We don't know. So this is why it's important to know where the moon is, because like, oh, I'm going to have, you know, hip surgery. Well, if the moon is on the day that says, do not have surgery on this day for your hip, you don't want to do that. Yeah. So look at that moon chart.
And that is what, like, tells you what's important in your body.
Yeah, it just says this is what is going to be affected, right? And so just kind of pay attention to that, especially like if the moon is, anything to do with the water signs, I feel like always affects women the most. Our emotions, our feminine cycle, we are very connected to the earth. All right. Well, thank you for watching on YouTube. We are going to be doing a little bit different stuff now, and hope you got something out of this as you watch. Have a great magical night.